In this video, I'll show you how to solve the ALEKS problem called interpreting a graph of molecular speed distribution. So this is giving us a probability distribution of a particular atom. It really doesn't matter what it is. Telling us the temperature, it doesn't matter either. It's asking us, first of all, to determine the most likely speed of this particular atom, and that is going to be the speed that corresponds with the highest point on the probability graph, the most likely or the one that is the most probable. Now, when you're working on this problem on ALEKS, it is going to have a tool where you can kind of drag your cursor along this graph, and as you drag the cursor along, it is going to be marking off the corresponding positions on the X and Y axes. I don't have that because this is just a PDF, but this is the highest probability, the highest point on the graph. And when you choose that spot with your cursor, ALEKS is going to draw this line for you to help you identify that particular speed. This speed to me looks like it is about 225 meters per second. ALEKS is giving you quite a bit of wiggle room. You have to be within 25 meters per second. So I feel like you can probably do that just by estimating this is clearly that's 250. So I think that our most likely speed is going to be 225. The next problem is asking what higher speed is only half as likely as the most likely speed. So that means we want something that is higher and we want something that has the half of the probability. Half as likely means half of the probability. So what I'm going to do is just kind of make some arbitrary numbers along the probability axis. This is just making these numbers just to help me find the halfway point. So if we're saying that this has a probability of 10, which is nonsense, but if we just are going with that number, then half the probability is going to be at 5. And the higher speed, there's actually two speeds that have this probability of 5. There's this one, but that's a lower speed. And then our other one is going to be this speed right here. And that, if we again read it off the axis, if this is 350, then I'm going to say we'll say that's 360 meters per second. And then last but not least, this one is asking what higher speed, again, so we're going higher, what speed is only 10% as likely. So 10% of the probability, if I'm arbitrarily saying that this is a probability of 10, then 10% of that probability is going to be 1, and that position is right there, which looks like that's 450. This is maybe... We'll go with 485. Like I said, you've got quite a bit of wiggle room. ALEKS is giving you a margin of error of 25 meters per second, which is quite a bit. So I'll call this 485.